What's up, patrons? I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's safe. Your friends, your family, yourselves. I hope everyone's doing well in this weird time in the world right now, this pandemic, so to speak. I wanted to do a special intro for patron-only viewers, so the video itself following this will be the same as the one that's a public release. I've reached out to Arcade Punks. They said they're willing to host this content. It's not that large, so I think the torrent should stay active. I'm going to seed it myself as well to make sure that each and every one of you get this build if you're interested. I do want to say I'm working on one called Plug and Play. It's very similar to this. It's going to be RetroArch based only, but it will have a front end on it, and I'm going to show you guys after this entire video. So once you get through the just play video, at the end there will be a little bit of a tidbit and a first look at plug and play. So this one is just play, basically no front end, you just play. Plug and play, there is some themes that were released recently that I thought were just fantastic, and I thought, you know what, this is a build that I'd like to do for my patrons. So this is what I've gone ahead and I've started working on. There is a lot of artwork involved, a lot of it missing, a lot of it I have to create. So I do have a first look. I'm not too far deep yet. I think I have one system completed, and another one that's almost completed, and then I'm going to have to move on. And when we get into some of these systems, they've got hundreds, if not thousands of games. So, you know, but it is something is worth taking a look at. So maybe watch the Just Play video, and before you download, it's either you want to get the Just Play build or you want to wait and get the Plug and Play build. But either way, there will be other content coming in the meantime. This Just Play build did take me a lot of hours, and I think Plug and Play is going to take me a lot more hours. As I've mentioned in the past, I am an essential worker, so I am still working full time, as well as managing a family. And so free time is something that I have, when everyone goes to bed, when I should be too. I put in some work, and I get up extra early in the morning before I go to work, so that I could put some more work into this as well. But I just want to say, again, stay safe. I hope everyone's doing well, and I really appreciate your support. I'm very, very grateful, so thank you so much. So let's get into this video. Looking for an all-in-one portable RetroArch build? Stay tuned.
Welcome, Harrison Hacks.
Hey guys, welcome back to Harrison Hacks. Today I'm releasing the Just Play build. This is a portable RetroArch build. Everything runs through RetroArch. There are thousands of games included. The reason why I used RetroArch instead of using like a track mode as I normally do is just play the games. This is what this was designed for. I did take some artwork. As you can see, the background is from the Emulation Station theme, Tronky Fran. There's also, when I launch a game, which I'll show you guys a little later in the video, those bezels are done by Mr. Retro Lust. So definitely awesome there. There are 18 systems in this build, and I've included a ton of translated games. So everything can be played in English. And we have Neo Geo here, so everything is in English. I've also gone through each and every game and done a game override. And what that does is allow it to have free play set up, so you can just play it instead of having to insert coins. Famicom Disk System, these are all English translated games. Got quite a few here, as you can see. Game Boy Advance. So what I've done is take European only releases. I've also gone ahead and checked out anything from Japan only that was in English. I've added translated games for each and every system, as many as I could find. There's a few ROM hacks in here, but not too many. Just a couple I thought I'd throw in there, but there is a large list of games. So I'm going to show you how to install this in just a minute, but what I want to explain about this is called Just Play for that reason. I mean, when you want to play a game, you just want to play a game. So you could go and be like, you know what, I want to play Nintendo 64, and you could choose a game. So WCW NWO Revenge. You hit run, and you're playing. Most controllers are pre-configured in RetroArch. I'm using an Xbox One controller over Bluetooth, and it's pre-configured for each and every system already. I didn't have to do anything special. But here's those fantastic bezels by Mr. Retrolust. If I hit my Xbox key, the one that lights up on my controller, it brings me to the menu. Um, we can close the content here, and then you can go ahead and just play a different game. So I'm going to show you how to install this. Pretty simplistic. I'll show you how to do it and where to put it, and then we can go ahead and get further into some details about this build. So as with any of my builds, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the link in the description of this video, and you're just going to download a simple little text file. It's 1 kilobyte in size, actually 54 bytes. It's just playlink.txt, and you're going to want to open up that file. And inside you can see Arcade Punks is hosting this build. They host a ton of different content from many different talented creators. I recommend giving their whole site a look once you're done. Even consider becoming a member if you want direct download links from Arcade Punks. But what you want to do is right click like this on the link. So copy. So we've highlighted, we've right clicked, we copied. Go ahead and paste that into your web browser. And then you can scroll down until you see the Just Play download. There's usually two options, an NZB file for Usenet users or a torrent file for torrent users. If you are a torrent user, please seed after downloading so that others can complete the download and enjoy this build as well. It's greatly appreciated by the community. Now, once we have everything downloaded, we are going to have 20 files weighing in at 13 gigabytes. So what we'll want to do is focus on the justplay.zip. We'll right click, and if you're using 7-zip, extract here. If you're using WinRAR, extract here. So I'm going to come back once this is done extracting, and we'll finish the install process. So once it's finished extracting, and it may take a little while, there's a lot of files in there, we have a just play folder. So I recommend, it's 15.6 gigabytes once extracted. I recommend putting it on the root of any drive, so you can put it on, you know, any single drive you want. Doesn't matter what the letter is. This is a portable build. You can put it on a USB stick, external drive, whatever you so choose. So I have it right now. I'm going to put it on the root of my F drive, which is an external drive that I'm using. So I'll cut, and I'm just going to paste it right in the root of the drive. I'll right click, paste, and now we'll go into Just Play, and we will scroll down to RetroArch.exe, RetroArch, and we'll double click and launch it up, and I'll show you around a little bit. So I recommend, as soon as you go into here the first time, you're going to want to go into Online Updater and open it up. And I like to go to Update Installed Cores. So we'll just hit that and let it do its thing on the bottom left-hand corner. And this will make sure that all of our cores are updated to the most recent releases. And I recommend doing this periodically. If you're continuously using this build, you want everything up to date. So it shouldn't take too long. I should be pretty close to being up to date with most of them, but they do get worked on quite often, so that's a really good thing, because I mean, any tweaks and stuff like that is going to make everything run better. Definitely they try to, you know, boost performance as much as possible. So I've gone ahead, I've installed every core. One thing you will notice about this build is it's cartridge based only. It's not a disc based build. I did not want another massive build. Vintage collection is the way to go if that's what you're looking for. But this one here, I just play. So it updated 56 cores. Not too bad. After you update your installed cores, go down to Update Core Info Files. Click that. This won't take long at all. And if we go back and we go to the settings gear, this is where we can mess with a lot of stuff. So if you want to change the way your controllers are laid out or mapped out, it's all in here. So there's hotkey binds. So right now, like, I have my Xbox One controller and the Xbox button opens up RetroArch while I'm in game, but you can change that. So there's the menu toggle. If you wanted to change it to your two left, you click your thumbsticks like buttons. There's a bunch of different options you can do here. I'm going to leave mine at none, but it's completely up to you. Here is your load state, save state, all that good stuff. So if you want to enable hotkeys, this is the button you'd use. And then let's say you used your select button. So you would hold select, and if you wanted to do save state, you could make this, A. So if you press select and A at the same time, it'll save your state. So tons of different options. That's why I wanted to do a RetroArch build for everybody, because it's just so much stuff that you can do. You can change the way thing looks. I kind of recommend doing it this way. I left NetPlay on for anyone that likes to use NetPlay, so I wanted to leave that one here for you guys if you want to look into that. Import content. Initially, I was going to hide this, but I thought other people might want to load up other systems. I don't think that you're going to need to, but there's other systems that I haven't included that maybe you do want to add in here. So you can go ahead and do so just like so. And then let's go through the systems. We have Atari 2600, Atari Lynx, PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16, Neo Geo, Famicom Disk System, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Nintendo 64, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy, 32X, Game Gear, Sega Master System, Sega Mega Drive / Genesis, Neo Geo Pocket Color, and Neo Geo Pocket. So that's pretty much everything. I mean, there's so many options that you could do in here. It's completely up to you. If you're having audio issues, maybe try and go to drivers, and you can change your audio driver. Try a different one. Whatever's not working, try something new. I'm going to leave mine on X Audio. It works perfectly for me. Same with video. I have it on OpenGL, but there's GL Core, GL1, Vulkan, DirectX 12, 11, 10, 9, SDL2, GDI, Kaka, Null, and I'll go back to GL because it works for me. My joypad is on X input, my input's on D input, but this is all personal preference. You guys can do whatever you want. But really, I mean, if you plug it in, your controller works and everything's working, just click a game and just play. And that was the whole point of this. Look at here's Altered Beast for PC Engine, but completely translated over to English. So once we get in game here, I do have everything muted, but here we go. A pretty decent version of the game, to be quite honest. I think it's pretty good. And if you want, we can just go to close content, and boom, we're back at the menu. So this is Just Play, the portable RetroArch build. I hope you guys enjoy this. I put a lot of time into adding all the translated games, especially, as well as going through Neo Geo games one by one and putting them all on free play. There's quite a bit of work that's gone into this. Like I said, the background is from Tronky Fran, an emulation station theme, fantastic theme. And then there's also the bezels by Mr. Retro Lust. So if there's anything that you guys have any questions, feel free to post in the comments. RetroArch is pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of guides online. Another reason why I wanted to do it. And this isn't full of, cart art and disc art and video snaps, and the list goes on, and believe me, that is cool and it looks fantastic once done, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to give you guys as many games as possible to try and experience stuff that you've never played before and make it as easy as possible for most people that have a standard controller. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I really appreciate you watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a patron, support my channel for as little as $1 a month, but most importantly, have a good day. Okay, so sneak peek, first look, whatever you want to call it, for plug and play. So I'm working on 4 systems right now: Super Nintendo, Sega 32X, TurboGrafx 16 slash PC Engine, as well as Neo Geo. So if we go into Neo Geo, check this out. So I called it plug and play because the carts plug into the consoles. So I'll show you here. If I switch a game, you'll see the snap changes, but also the cart goes into the system, and you get your box art, as well as it has wheel art. So this is a really cool theme. It's pretty sweet. I'll have all the information once this gets released for who did these themes, because I always like to give a shout out to the people who put their hard work and time into these types of things. But I think this is fantastic. So let's go ahead and check out Super Nintendo. Same thing. So you're going to get the wheel will fade to box art, but the cart art goes right into the console. I just think that's so cool. And plug and play, right? You plug it in, and hit the button, and you're playing a game. So I'm a big fan of these themes. Here's the 32X. Same thing. So not too shabby at all. Looking good. Next we'll get into the final one, which is the TurboGrafx 16. You can see the hue card on the bottom goes right into the TurboGrafx. Boom. And then you get your 3D box art. Pretty sweet. So this will have close to as many games as Just Play. Just Play has the most games, and the reason I did that was because I didn't have to worry about creating a bunch of artwork. Creating artwork takes up a lot of my time. I'm not very good at it, so it takes even more time because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm kind of learning on the fly and learning as I go, but it is a very time-consuming process. So that's why Just Play didn't have any artwork whatsoever. It just play the games, plug and play. After I saw these themes, like I said, I could not pass these up. It's like I have to use these in a build. What build could I use them on? So I just think it looks fantastic, and I definitely wanted to go with it. On the bottom, obviously, you have your game name, and on the bottom right, you have how many games. So this one has 173. Neo Geo has 142. When we get into Super Nintendo, it's 812 right now. That will rise. There is some that I haven't put in here yet, so just make you guys aware. There will be more than 812. And then for 32X, we have 33. But I just think it looks so cool. So feel free to let me know what you think of plug and play. It will be a little bit larger than I think it's just under 17 gigabytes unzipped when we get with Just Play. So plug and play obviously is going to be larger, video snaps, and there's box art, cart art, wheel art, and stuff like that. So it is going to take up more space. I'm going to put as many games as possible. A lot of the translated ones, I mean, I know that I've got to create artwork for that to the best of my ability for everyone, because I will not leave it where one's missing a box art, one's missing a cart art, one's missing a wheel art or video snap. That would drive me nuts if I had that. It would stand out like a sore thumb, so I'm not going to release anything that's like that. So I try to be as thorough as possible. So that's going to do it. You can make your decision now if you want to get Just Play. It's readily available. If you want to wait, and I do not have an ETA on this because, like I said, I'm very early stages. Not sure how long it's going to take, but plug and play. Or you can get Just Play now, and when you get plug and play, you're pretty much going to have the same game selection. For the most part, I'm going to try and do as many as I can. Like I said, as far as the artwork goes, we'll have to wait and see. But you could have both. You could have one. You could have the other. You could get one later and delete the other one, whichever you so choose. I like to give people options because I like people to just enjoy their retro gaming as much as I do, and so that's why I kind of came up with an alternative here, because it's just these themes are fantastic. So that's gonna do it for this one. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you for your support.